How does TorQ fit in with Carl Orff?
Carmina Burana is just, it's such a fantastic piece of music. It's a piece of music that I think we've all really loved. I know, for me personally, one of my favorite sort of musical performances that I've ever seen was Nexus, which is another well-known percussion ensemble, sort of one of the first in North America, play the percussion part with a choir at Massey Hall. And I remember just sitting on the edge of my seat the entire time because there's such a wide range of emotion in that music. There's humor, and there's sort of epic, almost Hollywood sort of movements, and there's beautiful moments of delicacy. And it's so nice. I mean, we've done now actually quite a number of gigs with different choirs in different circumstances. And it seems like choir and percussion just have a really nice natural fit. There's something about the timbre of a lot of the instruments that we use that just blends and works really well with voices. And so when the opportunity came up to, it's something that we've always sort of wanted to play as a group. And so the opportunity came up to do it originally with Mendelssohn at Kerner Hall. We thought, oh yeah, sure, what a great challenge. And so we went through the four of us, and basically the percussion parts are written in score form. So all of the percussion parts are in one part. They're not sort of pre-divided.
Okay.
And typically, if you sort of go with the one person per instrument at a time thing, you need 7 people to play the part. But what we've done is sort of rearranged some parts and just sort of had different people double on different instruments at different times. And so we've managed to make it so that we can cover all of the percussion parts with 4 people.
That's incredible. So when you're talking about percussion parts, what are you talking about?
So in this case, there's this sort of arrangement that we're doing. There's a full orchestral arrangement, but all the rest of the orchestra is reduced just down to 2 pianos.
Okay.
And then we're playing the percussion score. The percussion score is the same on whether it's the piano version or the orchestra version. And so basically there's timpani, and then there's a lot of other standard orchestral instruments, such as there's bass drum and crash cymbals and snare drum, all that stuff. But there's also some things like there's some other keyboard instruments. There's xylophone, there's tubular chimes or tubular bells. There's actually one movement that has 3 glockenspiels in it, playing at the same time. So it's a lot of the things that you'd find in a standard orchestral percussion section, plus a few extras. There's a couple of extra bells. There's a ratchet at one point, and a couple other things like that. But it's mostly sort of standard orchestral instruments, just a lot of them at once.
Okay, and this is at Gambrel Barn. So are you guys setting up? This is quite the performance space.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I haven't actually seen it in person yet. I've seen photos of it. So part of the fun for us is whenever we go to a new space is sort of figuring out the choreography and the layout of how this is going to work. And I know we sort of have kind of have an idea in mind of how we think we're going to set it up in terms of who's next to who and sort of how this works and able to access all the instruments that we need to access. But there's always some fun, adaptation and compromise that happens depending on the space and how much room the choir takes up and all that sort of thing. So we'll figure it out once we get there tomorrow afternoon. I think we have sort of a 2-hour load in and set up, and then rehearsal with the choir in the afternoon. So that'll be the time when we we make those decisions and compromises.
It's a state of
how are we going to fit this all in? So we seem to find a way to do it. Adam, one of the other guys in the group, actually once made a joke that's oddly appropriate. He said that TorQ is like a gas. We seem to either sort of expand or contract as necessary to fit in whatever space we're in. And
that's hilarious.
It seemed ridiculous at the time, but he's actually right. It seems to always just sort of work out somehow.
Well, this is a state-of-the-art performance space, trust me. So this will be nothing short of spectacular.